use they, them pronouns. I am the president of NU Share and a fourth year at Northeastern. I study culture anthropology and theater. Share stands for Northeastern University Sexual Health Advocacy, Resources, and Education. A little lengthy, but our tagline is that we're sex ed by college students for college students.
After Roe v. Wade was overturned, Ren and NU Share were the main advocates for getting a wellness vending machine on Northeastern's campus.
So that's when we started the petition for the emergency contraceptive vending machine, and we reached out to quite a few different offices at Northeastern. It was the summer. I think we launched it in May, and so by that point Northeastern's already on summer one. And we didn't get any responses. However, news outlets started reaching out to us, and so we're like, if Northeastern's not going to talk to us, we'll talk to the news. And then finally, our email got passed around to the right people and ended up in the hands of Chrissy Civiletto, who's the interim director of UHCS, our health and services at Northeastern. Incredible human being and great advocate and true ally to students at Northeastern. So really lucky that we were able to get in contact with her. She had mentioned that they were already talking about it internally, but there wasn't a fleshed out plan, and she brought us on as true partners in the project. And so we helped create all of the academic and educational material that you get when you scan the QR codes for the machine. We figured out what's actually going to go into the machine and decided collectively we wanted it to be wellness and not just emergency contraceptives, both to destigmatize usage of the machine and also because Frisky Husky's only available to students who live on campus, so there was already a lack of access or a barrier to access to sexual health resources to students on campus, so we're like, might as well put it all in the same machine.
I think it's really awesome that the school put it in. I didn't know much about it or that these existed beforehand, but I think that accessibility is something that's really important, and I think especially when you go to an institution that isn't really accessible to a lot of people, and it's super liberal and stuff, and we have all these conversations in the classroom, it's really important that there are people out there actually trying to make these things accessible to people, especially other students and stuff. So.
Various amounts of details, including yeast infections, bacterial vaginosis, UTI, birth control, and EC.
So we wanted it somewhere that doesn't have Husky card access and has the most hours available. And so the most hours available is a Merino, and so that's why we chose to put it there. We did want to put it a little bit more sectioned off in the hallway so that it's not quite so front and center. Just in case people do have some more anxieties around using the machine in public. However, logistically due to power outlets and stuff, that wasn't possible. So we put it as secluded as we can, yet as accessible as we can. And I really think that it ended up in the best spot possible on campus. So if you're doing something an item that has a cost, either the emergency contraceptive, Tums or Advil, you tap your card or scan your card or swipe your card, whatever, and then you type in the number. When you go to the machine, there's numbers under every single item. You type in the number and then it will drop down. If it has no cost, if it's any of the free items that I listed, you just type in the number, you hit enter, and then it will drop down.
To encourage someone to go, I think specifically Merino and our wellness machine, I think if you're not comfortable going, asking a trusted friend that would be comfortable going for you would be a good option. Sometimes things, especially like Plan B and stuff, are hard to access, but they're important, and there is shame associated with it, but there's no shame necessary in wanting to take care of yourself and your health and your body. So, yeah, to remember that, I guess.
For college students, I want them to have the option to engage in sex because it is really meaningful to some people, and for some people it's just fun. And so to have that ability to engage in with it without stigma, and then to not have sex if it's not something you're interested in. And then continuing on with these machines, feeling empowered to have condoms in your bag ready to go, just in case you end up in a situation where you want to have sex, or if you end up not using a condom, or if you're having sex with someone for whatever reason the birth control doesn't, or the contraceptives don't work, that you then have the access to emergency contraceptives the morning after or the next within 72 hours. So really the idea of bodily autonomy and empowerment to make the choices that feel good to you and to not have the stigma or the doubt or the shame that goes along with it.